one of the clubs you mentioned was the Bear Club, and that's a new venture between the Alumni Association and athletics. It's an opportunity for our alumni to support athletics. Can you discuss the Bear Club, how it was formed, the goals of the Bear Club, how that's affecting our cadets and our alumni?
It's really, in its basic form, it's a very simple organization. It's a membership-driven organization that allows principally alumni, but not exclusively. I'm a Bear Club member and I'm not an alumnus, so to contribute to our department for margin of excellence needs and growth. We were very careful, and my hat goes off to you and your colleague Dave Opatzinski that have been so open to us and working with the creation of the club. We're very strict at the beginning, if you recall, about not segmenting the Bear Club into anything else, that we were strictly positioning it as a broad need organization. And we've had a pretty good first year, I think, developing awareness. It's a new product, so we kind of gingerly stepped into the world, I think, of developing awareness, hosted a successful golf tournament, but now as we got into football season, we had another event. And I think the more people that hear about it, what I sense is kind of a, yeah, I can do that.
Right.
And I think what's really good about how we have it positioned is I can do that and still support my class.
That's right.
Or I can do that and still support another project. And that it really does make a difference. And part of the making a difference is I'm not sure how well in the past our division may have articulated its needs. And if you want people to contribute and support you, you have to have a clear articulation of needs. That people don't, and you know from your experience, people don't really run around starting endowments these days.
Right.
They're much more inclined to give to something that they can build, or they can see built, or something that they can know that my $250 is going to extra things to help grow programs, and to be able to create that justification. So by doing that, I think we put ourselves on an important level with some of our peer institutions. I was very surprised when I got here that we didn't have anything like that, but I think all it can do is grow. You know, as you know, we're better than I. We're working on a kind of an aggressive expansion of our golf tournament next year,
That's right.
and I think there's simply more and more activities out there in the future that can help us really build the organization, and that would be one of those new revenue streams to supplement the existing ones that are already there. And one of our keys is going to be look at ways to really make those things strong. It would be great to be able to look around and say, hey, you know, we can count on $100,000 a year coming out of the Bear Club, and that's not at all beyond the realm of possibility in the long term. The nice thing about unrestricted athletic giving at a place like this is people aren't looking for parking benefits. They're not looking for priority seating in a 70,000 seat stadium. So the marriage between the giver and the product, the distance is shorter. And because that distance is shorter, people develop a different sense of affinity along the way. And that's why I'm so optimistic that we're going to be able to grow this in the long run. I think people can get very comfortable with an annual investment that doesn't tax them, but yet that they feel good about where it's going and what it's doing. And those are really two of the keys: the where it's going and what it's going to do to help parts. Because everybody wants to help on some level. Whether the people that went here, whether they had terrific experiences or more difficult experiences, they understand what the place did to make them. And we do an outstanding job here of channeling that by classes. But because we have such a high percentage of cadets who are athletes when they're here, this is a real logical track to move down, and I'm really excited about it for the future.
Excellent.